Something came in the mail. Stay tuned to see what it is. Well, hello again, everybody. It is the first full week of July, and things are already in full swing. Summer around here. It's hot. It's been in the high 80s and low 90s for I think 10 days now. So one day of rain. So it's been quite hot here. Had a great 4th of July. Had a picnic over at my mom's, and a bunch of my family was there, so that was nice. Played bocce ball. It was a lot of fun. I saw that Joey Chestnut defended his title, and I think he broke the world record, 874 hot dogs in 12 minutes, which is kind of horrifying if you've ever seen it. It's all over YouTube if you want to watch the video. It's pretty gruesome. Working on the house a lot. I've been there probably every single night till dark, working inside and outside, getting things done. Pretty much have all the carpet and all that kind of stuff, flooring and wallpaper and cabinets and just garbage, everything out of the house. So hopefully by the end of this week we should start putting things back together. So we'll see how that goes. So I haven't figured out where I'm going to put a kind of comic and book and, you know, all my media type stuff area. We'll see. We have a big room we're calling the den, so maybe it'll go in there. There's a nice bookshelf where I'll keep probably my records and record player and all that good stuff over there. But we'll see. It's a good sized house, so I'm sure I'll find somewhere. We did have something unfortunate this week with the passing of Steve Ditko. You know, whether he was one of your favorite artists or not, or favorite creators or not, he definitely was, you know, one of the pillars of the Marvel age of comics that kind of, you know, started in 1961 and took off from there. And, you know, all accounts he was kind of a reclusive person, and there are different reasons why, but I just appreciate, you know, what he had done even before the hero era. If you go back and look at just the great stuff he did with science fiction that was very cutting edge. I mean, by today's standards it might seem tame, but if you go back and you look at that stuff when what was out there, it was just fantastic. Fantastic stuff. You look at some of the runs that he had, and I think even by today's standards, some of it's pretty amazing. But so it's unfortunate, but you know what? These guys got to die at some time, I guess. It's just, as we age, I think maybe sometimes these creators get afforded the same feeling that we have for our characters, where, you know, Spider-Man's going to be in his mid-20s apparently forever. So unfortunately, one of the guys that invented him isn't. So that's just the way things go, and you just you know, gotta appreciate them while they're here. And again, I know I beat this to death, but go out and see these guys before they pass. It is really important. You know, I missed out on Rich Buckler and a couple others, Bernie Wrights, and people that have passed recently I wish I had seen and met and got to talk to them and tell them how much they meant to my collecting and just my childhood. So anyway, next thing, there's pickups this week. My daughter came in. She lives out of town, so she came in and gave me my Father's Day present on the 4th of July, which was kind of cool. And it's just really neat that she found this and got this for me. It's something I just love. It's Deathlock bust, and it's from the Bowen line. It's the detail on this thing is unbelievable, and I didn't realize that they're numbered. This one is 2077 of 4000, so I had this thing out, and I was a little unresponsive during the picnic because I had this out, and most people are buried in their phones, and I was buried in that gorgeous mug. Anyway, this will be going up in the comic room here. It's fantastic. I've looked at it for a long time, and I just don't buy things like that for myself, but I should. This is the package I was teasing, and it came from our friend, the good doctor, Dr. Von Chilla, all the way from Pennsylvania, and he packed this up nice. It's just a random act of kindness that I was not expecting. He mentioned something that he might be sending something, but as you all know, he's kind of a wily character, so when you think he's going to ziggy zag, so you never know what the doc's going to do. So what do we got here? He wrote me a little note on the back. It says, June 26, 2018, another of my beloved off-the-rack books from my good friend Patrick. I know you'll love it. Well, bud. Best, John. And it says from the Dr. Von Chilla collection. And of course he has his stamp, which is something that I remember looking at and thinking how cool that was, that he had his own stamp. So I, of course, wow. Oh, wow. Look at that beauty. He recently showed this too, I believe, in his Under the Cover type video. It is Conan number 28, and it is a freaking beauty. Thank you, John. This will be tonight's reading. After this video goes live, this will be getting read with me, and probably a nice Genesee cream mail. I won't get anything on it though, I promise. That's an off-the-rack book too. That's great. Thank you, John. Oh, it's another one for the collection. Wow, it has a brutal looking cover too. Look at the teeth on that thing. Conan saving the woman again. Apparently, only very attractive, large-breasted women got lost in the forest wherever Conan lived. That's great. Thank you, thank you. I can't wait to read it. Thanks, John. Anyway, next is my sermon, and you know, it came to me when I was working on the house, especially last night. I was ripping up old vinyl flooring from 1961 that they had put Luan plywood down, and this thing, and I swear the guys nailed and stapled it every 6 inches. So I got my wrecking bar, and I'm ricking this thing, and I'm just thinking to myself, this is going to be so worth it when I'm done. When I'm sitting in this den with the new hardwood floor, watching football, and the fireplace is going, this is going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. And the thought came to me, anything worth something is never easy. And that goes for pretty much everything in life for me. Generally, if it's something easy and easy to get, you know, low-hanging fruit is the thing, it's generally not worth or viewed as being worthy or you know, even worth your effort, for me at least. And I equate that to my comic collecting, and I think that has a lot to do with the new direction of how I'm collecting, where, you know, I'm going after some key books. You know, I got FF48 back there. That to me, I sold a bunch of other stuff that maybe, you know, it's nice and it may be keys and things like that, but to me, I feel like I want to go after stuff that's hard to get and hard to find. And obviously, if you write a big enough check, you can get anything. But to find something in the quality level you want for the price you want at the time you want, that is more difficult. And sometimes you can get lucky and you can go on eBay, but there's still effort on eBay. You can't just sign in. Like, yeah, I could sign on eBay right now and find a Fantasy 448 and just buy it. But you'd be paying probably above market and may not be the exact rate you wanted. But it just got me to thinking about that. So, you know, it goes, everything in life is like that, I think. I mean, you could say friendships, you can say marriages, houses, cars, pretty much anything that is valuable or makes you happy in life, you really got to work for. So put the effort in. It's definitely worth it. You know, the more effort you put into something, the other thing is you'll be, going back to my scenario where I'm going to be sitting watching an Alabama football game this fall in that den that I've worked so hard in, it's going to, those memories of all that hard effort aren't lost. I'll remember that, and it just makes things better. And I know that is for my collection as well, spending time with my books. And I look at the care that John put into this. I mean, this thing's in a nice Mylar, it's double boarded. You know, you can tell he cared a lot about this. And put that kind of effort into your collecting or any hobby you do, and it's going to pay you back. You know, the big thing I'd say is get things on your own steam too. Don't expect others to just give you a quick fix. It's like that a lot these days, and people like to say, oh, it's just the millennials, but I notice it too with older people where they just rely on their phone to do everything for them. Like, you know, oh, my sink's not working. They just jump on YouTube. Here's how to fix it. And maybe that'll work, maybe it won't. Or they're just quick to try to get someone else's opinion on how to do something. And if the solution isn't like 2 steps, they're on to the next thing. So I guess my thoughts for today is the best things in life aren't free. You got to work for them. Maybe there's no money involved, but you got to put effort for them if you want truly you know, worthwhile things, or effort or hobby or a result. You have to put work into it. So don't go looking for handouts. Get it on your own steam. So homework today, pretty easy. I think to honor Steve Ditko, there's a handful of videos out there. I know Nick has done them. I think Knights of Old, he did them. Did one, and there's a couple of them out there where they talk about Ditko and they honor Ditko. And there was one out there that Brooke, Silver Age Surfer, did quite a while ago. I think it was called Finding Ditko or Finding Steve Ditko. It was a British documentary that was done. It was also pretty good. So just go out and watch a Ditko video. After you watch this, there's lots of them out there. I won't bother putting links. Just type in Steve Ditko and I'm sure there'll be a bunch. You might even find a new channel. I know I found a couple that I'm going to watch and I've never heard of these guys, so we'll see how those turn out. My recommendation is Preacher. This season, for me, I was kind of petering out on it at the end of last season. It started to feel like they were stretching it to get to the end of the season. But this season, every single episode so far has been pretty good. There's a new one on tonight. My son and I usually watch them together, so I'm looking forward to that. But I like the setting. They're down in Angelville, down in Louisiana. It's not following exactly along the comic book, and I do like the direction that the show's taken. There are certain elements of the comic that are in there. The characters are basically the same, but they don't follow it bit for bit, and I like that. I think that's a good idea. In cinema in general, you know, any of the Marvel movies or anything, they're doing that as well, and I'm fine with it. I like the direction and the way that they're going with this stuff. So I would say it's a good watch. So give that a watch. And then my pick of the week is a little short video that ETA Nick did, and it looked at Captain America 1 as compared to some blue chip stocks and how they compared over a time period. And it's less than 4 minutes. It's a great little watch, and it triggered a question in my head. I understand everything he said in there, and I don't want to spoil the result for you, but to me there's value in there in owning Captain America 1 that you can't get owning the stocks. And if you're just money driven, sure, it's more fun to watch your investment rise. But for me, you know, I have Fantastic Four 1 now, and 48, and some of these other books that I have. I know that I could have done better if I found some kind of mutual fund or if I bought real estate or something like that. But I enjoy having them as my hobby, and the nice part is they are appreciating. So to me, that's just a bonus. I would want them anyway. So I think if you're in the hobby just as an investment, I don't know if that's a great idea. And there, RB3 has done some investment videos too, where things you do well with these books compared to other comics. But if you look at other things that you can invest your money in, you probably could do better somewhere else. Buy gold, something like that, or some other kind of commodity. But there's not as much enjoyment, for me at least, as owning comic books. So watch the video. I'll put it in the link below. Do your homework. Watch Steve Ditko. Even if you didn't like his stuff, you got to honor what he did and when he did it. And a lot of the stuff we have today wouldn't have happened without him. So you always look up, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense. People don't go up, I don't think. I don't know where they go. But anyway, till next week, life, liberty, and the pursuit of comic books. And I just got one today that I get to read. Bye, everybody.